up? It's your girl, Love Really.
Yeah. We are Power 95.
Where music lives.
Ladies' Room comes to you compliments of Renwick and Thompson Limited and Beacon Insurance.
Always be sure you settle for more. Get up to 35% off Beacon's fully comprehensive vehicle insurance and still cover a whole lot more. Enjoy higher discounts and better coverage for any kind of vehicle, car, SUV, or pickup with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. To sign up, call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and settle for more today.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they are prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
Back at it one more time. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Like Rudolph, what's that nose shining? Like a shining point. Yeah, so we're back at it. Final one for the week. It's already September 7th. Happy birthday to all the folks celebrating birthdays today, celebrating life, living. Hope you guys are having a good one. It's always nice of you to join us, and today is certainly no exception. Who's here already? Jacqueline, you didn't go back to work as yet? I'm not in the next life. I want to be like you, I swear. You're the happiest. Michelle Montano said he's the happiest man alive. You're the happiest woman alive. Trust and believe that. Don't take it for granted. You were blessed. Anywho's, who's here? Morning, Shanti. Morning, Jay. Morning, Glenna. Morning, Marianne. Morning, Jackie. Ingrid, good morning. Jenilyn, good morning. Sonia, good morning. Jackie, I need one more, big one for my Christmas. That's on my Christmas wish list. So after being so good to you guys all year long, y'all in the room can chump up and get me a bigger cross. All right, discuss amongst yourselves, not all at once. All right, so y'all could work together. Jackie, Sonia, who else? Marianne, the whole Marish and Parish. Y'all can gather yourselves together and get me a cross, a bigger pendant. Chain with a bigger pendant for my Christmas. All right, and for putting up with y'all for an entire year once. I can't wait to go on vacation. I need a break from y'all, I swear. Y'all do my head in daily. The next time I take a vacation, I want it to be a 3 or 6 month break from y'all. I swear people look at this job when they think, oh, it's easy. You just go, you open a mic. No, it's not physically taxing, it's mentally, because you have to prepare yourself every day regardless of the mood you're in. Because there are some days I don't feel like talking to y'all. I don't want to be here, but I show up and you would not know, because it's something that I genuinely love. There's no, it's just sometimes you're in your feelings and your body's not, responding. Like for the past couple of days, weeks after Carnival, when I had whatever that was, whatever jumbie that was, I still had to come, be here. Y'all didn't want to know that, hey, you're not well. Because I told somebody I wasn't feeling well. I think I probably will take a day or two off. And you know what their response was? They didn't send me anywhere. Balancing on the road half naked and getting wet. And I'm like, wow. Look at the care and the consideration. That was the person's response. They didn't send me to be on the street half naked playing mass as if I'm some young chicken. I'm like, wow. The thing about it is, don't worry. When you see me, you see me. When you don't, you don't. That's when you know I'm not here. I don't ever announce when I'm leaving. When y'all don't see me, don't ask for me. Anyways, no, the person told me that I'm half naked on the road playing spring chicken, and now I'm complaining about I have flu. They don't want to hear about that. When they put on the radio at 9, they just want to hear me. I'm like, wow. Friends like these, I swear. Y'all make my enemies look like nada. But yeah, you gotta protect yourself out here these days, Jackie. Trust me. Gotta protect yourself. Gotta stay prayed up. Doobie, morning up here. Where are you, Doobie Sat? No, it's not. Morning, Lisa. Miss Raven, good morning. Deborah, Esther Phillip, good morning. Betty Ann, good morning. Yeah, you need to cut the cotton clear and lime. You need to lime. Morning, Glenna. Morning, Zavid. Good morning, Theo, Duncan. Shauna, good morning. Our Don Kujo, good morning. Guys, coming in and share up the live. We have a lot to talk about. Yeah, it's 19 years since Hurricane Ivan. When I saw the notification this morning, I'm like, yo, we old. That was 19 years ago. I remember, thank God I had no damages where I was living at that time. It was a fairly new building, so the roof and everything was bolted down, strapped well done. So I had no damages done to where I was living at that time. But I remember like running from window to window. Like you keep hearing stuff banging on the outside and you're seeing trees and you're seeing galvanized like flying, and outside is like you could barely see because it's like mist in the day, and it was like you were scared but still like excited to see Mother Nature at her finest. You're hearing the wind howling, and it's like the wind was talking. It was like, when a cat in heat or something and they're outside, or dogs in heat and they're like outside just making this howling sound, that wind was talking. And you're seeing and hearing people screaming, people running for cover, knocking on your door. My roof just got blown away. Can we shelter? And everybody, they come in. One point your place packed with people. You don't even, and you're not even feeling any type of way. You're just happy to at least have a roof over your head and offer shelter to somebody with their children. And after that, we became so united and so looking out for each other. And, if one person cook, everybody eats. Somebody have some ice, as little as some ice, you share it with somebody else. Because trust me, getting something cold to drink then was almost a luxury. So when somebody went and wherever they got their ice from and they tell you, look, piece of ice, listen to me. And following Ivan, it's like the heat, because there was no electricity. So you have no AC, no fan, no nothing. So heat plus mosquitoes, plus you can't get something cold to drink, no ice. Plus you had to eat all kind of old canned food. Man, I had corned beef fry, I had corned beef bake, I had corned beef stew, I had corned beef sauteed, mackerel, tuna. After a while, when we got back to a sense of normalcy, I didn't want to see no canned stuff. I never had so much corned beef in my life. I was dying for some good stewed chicken, some good stewed turkey, some good back and neck and fig. And we just looked out for each other. And I could never forget Selwyn Noel. Thanks. Selwyn was my saving grace in those days because he was attached to NADMA. So he reached out to me and he was like, Runes are going downtown, you want to take a ride with me? And I'm like, geez, anything to get out of this house. And after that, now I started going on the road daily with him because part of NADMA, doing assessment, going to different villages to give out food stuff, see what people need. So I was out every day, so that gave me a break from, the madness. Nadma had generator, so I was able to get some ice and put in my little flask to go home with, so I could have something cold in the night to drink. So that was my saving grace, Selwyn Noel, being able to go out with him every day on the road to go to. It was a really humbling experience, and still, I think it saved, the insanity, because you would go insane. Kept you from going insane. Imagine you don't know what's going on. You have no radio, no means of knowing what's going on, and all they're saying when you see some pictures that Grenada flattened. For a minute, we thought that was the end. Who would have thought our little rock would have rebounded when you passed through? I think I cried when we went over the hills about a couple of days after, when they sort of cleared up the road and we were able to pass through the hills. I remember Selvin saying, "Girl, you was crying for everything." Just passing through Grande Tang, and you know how green Grande Tang is, right? And for miles you'll see trees, and just looking you'll see everything flatten. You're able to see in the distance and everything flatten. You're like, yo, would we ever recover from this? It was really, really a really, really trying time. I never thought we would. But being the resilient and strong people that we are, rebounds back. And like I said, I wish the times we live in now could reflect the times back then, how we were able to come together and assist each other. There was no time for the backbiting, and you were just concerned about eating and making sure that your family ate and your neighbor had something. You pass and give, and this person would say, well, could you give me some more because so and so is an elderly person and she's not able to get. Can you give me some more rice, some more this, some more that, so I can bring to her? We genuinely cared. And it's like, soon as we got back to a place of comfort, almost back to the same old, same old. Back to the same old, same old. But it was truly a learning experience, that to never take anything for granted. We got a lot of lessons from it, because one, we learned to build better homes, more secure homes. Because when you saw the big houses and the roofs gone, you definitely had to start now adhering to the building code and making sure that you did your roof properly, because it could happen anytime, We're in the hurricane season. Thank God it has been uneventful. Still not out of the woods yet until the end of November. But this person called. Let me see what they want. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
How are thou?
Better. I was having a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
I just started speaking, and that whole nostalgia I'm having for that period, trust me. You said, when you mentioned ice was what more than gold.
Ice was a luxury.
Ice was a very premium experience in that kind of heat. And then persons who had generators, I know of one instance, someone in a highly esteemed neighborhood thought they left on the generator at night for lights. Got back in the morning, I saw the lawnmower running instead of
somebody took the generator.
Yeah, Canadians different. Canadians different. They didn't want nothing in the whole house. They just wanted a generator.
Somebody went to the people generator.
Yeah. My boy get up in the morning. But Jenny, why is the refrigerator off? I can hear the generator running. And go to the garage. He has a garage. No generator, but a lawnmower running.
Somebody put on a lawnmower in the man place. No, you're wicked.
Canadians different. Yeah. Ivan was a very humbling experience.
Ivan was a humbling experience. Ice and not being able to give your phone a little charge. Charging your phone was like listen. When you got a little charge, you swear you were seated at Jesus' hem.
Those lines to go to the gas station is spending a half day when you could finally get gas for a vehicle to move out. point A to point B. AC was only in vehicles at the time. If you get AC in a bus, you're happy. Well, a lot of us cried when we went over the Redwood Forest because it was bare. I just passed random, and I remember passing and looking up. I just saw.
I'm telling
soil.
you, that was my most
bare
humbling experience. I
soil.
cried when I saw Granite Hang passing through that forest. I was like, everything, every tree was leaning on the ground. And I mean, after days, like when the heat came out and it started to dry, everything started to dry up. That's when you saw
Correct.
the destruction.
All the leaves that were green before was brown and dry after. It was dry season in the middle of September, randomly. I do not miss the heartache I had, but I do miss those long evenings getting to walk and hang out and lime and just talk to people.
Listen, and the night used too long, and you know, from since like 5 o'clock outside that, and it's like forever you're just sitting there praying for some daylight so you could get a breather from these mosquitoes and that heat. The night used to be long.
The way we can relate to Ivan, I'm so sorry this generation cannot appreciate what we went through. It's hard to relate to them because they just can't. They don't know better. The younger generation with social media and Instagram and
all these gadgets and tablets and Xbox and all of that.
Yeah.
No electricity for weeks.
Weeks. Blue soap phone started raining. As where we understood the value of communication. People would give their left arm to tell a loved one overseas that they are okay. To be able to reach out. When your fridge can't go, you gotta cook everything.
You had to cook out everything. All meat, you had to cook out all meat one time, same time.
KFC didn't have no drive-through. Everybody had to go and stand up in the line when they finally opened up. Ivan was a great humbler. It is the reason why we can say we are very resilient people.
We bounced back. Too little rain fell, and after we started seeing a little green again. You know, but it's something I never forget.
Special people. Foreigners came here who were visiting Grenada for traditionally for tourists. Who visited traditionally from all around the region, around the world. They had poured out and they gave back so much to a humble nation.
Somebody says learning to take a shower with a large bottle of water, a soft drink bottle. Listen,
a ketchup bottle. No, not a large bottle, a ketchup bottle. Because when you have a large bottle, that means you had access
and they rationing it, and your mother standing over the bucket and rationing it. You want to use all the water? Because you did not have water either. No water, no electricity. Listen, I made in river until I started to look like river. I couldn't deal with that because it's so hot. That little bottle of water felt like you didn't do nothing. Like you just have to slap below your arm, your private place, and that's it. But I don't wish this on anybody. Trust me. It was a humbling experience. The sea, the beach, and the river.
I miss it, but I personally don't want to experience it again.
Nope.
I miss it, but I don't want to experience it again.
Nope. No, boy. We're still grateful. We have life. We can talk about it.
Everyone on your program, everyone around the nation that listened this morning, thank you, Grenada, for making me who I am. All of the experiences over the last decades made us who we are. As individuals, and individuals make up the community make up the village, the village makes up the nation. We are one people.
True. Thanks so much for sharing. I hope you feel have a better day for that.
Ciao.
Stay up. And you know what the funny thing about it is? I was on vacation that time. I came back the Monday to work. I came back the Sunday and had to work the Monday because Ivan was a Tuesday. I'll never forget that. And I'm like, wow. Why did it just catch me over here? You know? But hey, we still have life. And again, it's good to reflect, you know? Gives you a good sense of direction, where you're heading and all of that. Anyways, yesterday I posted something that someone sent to me, and they asked the question, And this really, really shows how hypocritical our society is in a certain sense. Because a person sent me this. Does her past make her undateable? And often you will hear people say that you can't turn a girl who has been around the block into a housewife. And they wanted to know, is this really fair? Should her past make her undateable? Now, I threw it out there, and there was quite a number of responses. Of course, the men will jump in with speed, and most of them will lean towards the yes, that makes her undateable. But I had to check somebody yesterday because they were giving all sorts of analogies or about if you have car that everybody drive and yada yada yada. And he says, if I hand you, somebody said in my comments, if I hand you a sandwich that 20 persons touch with their bare hands, some even took a bite of it, would you happily take it and enjoy it? Only in desperate hunger that will happen. No man wants a high mileage car or a ran through woman. And this is coming from a man. And I had to ask him, and again, the sheer hypocrisy, again, it's like some of you act as though you came out of the box brand new yourself as a man. You're brand new. What who sang the song Like a Virgin Touch for the very first time? Madonna? Who sang that song? Brand new. And it's okay to accept y'all after fathering numerous children, after sleeping with hundreds of women. But when it comes to women, we're labeled as used. The double standard bothers me. Let me tell you why it bothers me, right? The double standard and the hypocrisy under the guise of, oh, it's a woman. Oh, woman can't do as man do, yada, yada, yada. Listen to me. Has it occurred to you, and there's shared responsibility and blame to go around, but let me just focus on this for a little bit. Are you aware, and I had to tell him, like, sir, are you aware that the reason some have this so-called pass is because you're lie, and lie some more, y'all are abusive, y'all cheat, etc. So she comes untouched to the first man, right? And you promise her heaven on earth, you will go on the moon for her, and yada yada yada, and basically sells a dream that you buy into of the white picket fence and happily ever after, to little mingy dog in the yard if you can't afford a good breed one, maybe a little rabbit, the nice little every little girls, happily ever after. You get comfortable and then you start playing the fool. You get abusive, disrespectful, yada yada yada. She decides, I don't want more of this. So she moves on to another person who she tells about the person before, what she been through, the hurt she experienced, the disrespect. And you, Mr. Joe Grind, comes in and be like, no, I'll never do that to you. Love you, da 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 da. Call fat, whatever. I'm gonna take care of you. Everything will be kosher. I'm not like that man. All men aren't the same. I got you. So again, you buy into it, and I'm not exempting her from responsibility. You sometimes have to pay attention to what's not said. A lot of the times we ignore the red flags waving in the wind because, hate it or like it, we weren't designed to be by ourselves. Because if that was the case, Adam would have been playing with his little piggy in the garden for himself. There was no way God would have seen him lonely and decided to give him a companion in the name of Eve. We weren't designed to be alone. Nobody likes being alone. For some, they've decided, you know what, I'm done with it because of the hurt and, so much I've been through. But people still yearn for companionship, somebody you can talk to, somebody you could rub your feet, give you a back rub after a hard day's work, somebody you can talk to, somebody you could cuddle with. Even though you've chosen a life to be alone, people, you still yearn for that because, like I said, we weren't designed to be by ourselves, right? So you go through number two and you tell him all of that. Same old story. Nah, babe, I'm different. Man a man. And before she know it, cycle repeats itself. Does the same thing or worse. Like I said, one could say, well, she should remain single, but we weren't designed to be alone. So everyone has to accept responsibility in this regard, especially women, for trusting and ignoring red flags that are there waving. But to say, no man wants a high mileage car or a run through woman as if she's running through herself. How about we all become better versions of ourselves? How about we become more responsible? And if we know that that's not what we want from a person, you don't lead them on. Because a lot of the times y'all just want coitus. You're not interested in a relationship. But in order to get it, you have to play the role because you see that she's not into this one night stand, one whatever. And I'm not talking of people who deliberately choose a lifestyle of being promiscuous. It's like they enjoy it. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about people who genuinely went into relationships looking for the best, hoping for the best, and got only the worst. So sometimes a lot of you come with the whole promise of family and, marriage. And when you know all you wanted was just to have a good time. So y'all damage another person, move on. The cycle continues. And then it's, we don't want a car with high mileage. So it's okay to excuse you. You can sleep with the whole village and you're not ran through. You're not used. You're not secondhand. With 5 children, 6 different mothers, 7 children, 7 different mothers. So how come you're given a chance? But when it comes to women, we're given labels. There are men you see with 8 and so many children, 5, 6 children, different mothers. And then they settle down and still get married and have happy homes. Those 7 or 8 women are left to figure out life on their own, figure out how to take care of children on their own, while he now settles into his little happy home. But he's excused, he's given a pass. So how do we excuse and give you a pass, but when it comes to us, the double standard and the hypocrisy? Or you're a woman can't do what man do. We're human. Take away the man and woman part of it and put it down to being a human being. If we had the same standards for men as we did for women, then everyone would be single. Men are always talking about wanting freak in the sheets, but are not ready to accommodate the idea that to be a freak could require multiple experiences with multiple partners. And as this person says, I feel like as a society, there is this expectation that women are supposed to just stay away from sex while men do as they please, when in fact, women are just as sexually curious as men. It's time we started holding everyone to the same standard. Because you're not talking about what you don't want, but you leave your nice, pure, untouched wife at home and you go out looking for said. I don't get it. Some of you talking about body count and yada yada yada, but still you married and doing other things. Some of you want a saint as a wife. Some want, as they say, a baddie. And as this person said, some won't necessarily wife a woman because of a certain other male she has been with, not necessarily a body count. It all comes down to personal preference in some cultures, traditions, and or religions. Being around the block can result in death and others can result in rewards, this person says. What I do know is that learned behavior is difficult to change. So fellas, if you know you like hot girls and baddies, make sure you like hot girl and baddie behaviors too. If you want somebody that is untouched, be ready to teach. Listen, have teeth marks. Another person here says, no, that should not make her undateable. Circumstances happen. This person could have been disappointed by her choice of partners and was willing to give love a try, and yet she continued to be disappointed. Sometimes some women choose to see the good in someone and ignore the red flags. The number one on the list. Women choose to see the good in someone and ignore the red flags, and eventually they have to leave because no change occurred. Being around the block does not make you undateable. Should you meet a mature, open minded individual? The person here says everyone is dateable. Everyone. The saying, every bread has its cheese, is very true. Some people just need to be honest with themselves about the type of bread they are and the type of cheese they truly want. Someone says here, everyone has a history, and it's important to focus on the present and future of a potential relationship rather than dwelling on past experiences. What matters most is the compatibility, the trust, and communication between two people in the present moment. Everyone is dateable. What might be trash to some is another man's treasure. Dude says, I used to say that till I got older. Most of the chick have a better understanding of life than those that you would want to be saints with. I'm not even judging anyone experience. Experience is a head start, and nobody know. So nobody ain't come and give no chorus them for what's job. Someone says, I have been around the block, hence I was even homeless and considered a street person. I know my husband family had a lot of issues with the person he chose at first, not too sure how they feel about me now, but 16 years together, 2 years of marriage, many testimonials of how he helped turn my life around. And today, that same girl who used to be in the streets is using her story to inspire and motivate others. Good for you. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I know I'm late for class, but
That's
I mean,
usual.
I got to work to get paid.
I know.
I mean, hear what? And I will be straight up and I'll be honest. You see, some of us men, and I'm MEN in bold capital, we know what we want. We don't know what we want. And we have mommy and society and every other team in the world have us like puppets. Now, you know the saying, you want a queen in the street and a freak in the sheets. How are you going to get that? There's no manual. So she has to practice somewhere. She has to gain the experience that you need somewhere. But then you call in her names.
Mm-hmm.
But you enjoy what you get from her. Some of them married the woman that mommy like, not the woman that they like. And that is where the harming does take place. They marry the person that society says they should be with. And that person still like a lot of wood in bed. So now you're going outside and hunt for your heart's desire and your pleasure and what tickles your fancy. We have to be real. Listen to me, this is 2023. We have to be real with ourselves. Me, I is a freak. So the freakier the woman, the better for me. I don't care how much time she been around the block. Don't worry. If the tires worn out, we will change the tires. But we have to be honest with ourselves.
I'm happy that it's coming from. I'm happy it's coming from a man. The double standard is just amazing. I'm happy it's coming from you, and I think it requires a certain level of maturity to be like this. To have to, to be able to say what you just said. I think it requires, and it shows where a lot of men are on that maturity level. At the end of the day, don't get me wrong, people have their choices. But is the judging and this whole judgmental and the double standard and the hypocrisy is what bothers me. You have a right to choose what you want. You have a right to like what you like. If somebody that's been with other multiple partners is not your cup of tea, then you move on to somebody who has not been. But why judge without understanding the circumstances?
They have choices. but they're not sticking to the choice they make. So then that's not it. That's not it.
That's why I said double standards. Because the
Double
same people they
standard.
complain about, they get married to somebody who is supposedly untouched, but you're out having the time of your life with somebody who according to society, is undateable and ran through and has this and has that.
And that's the hypocrisy and the double
But you're
standard.
sleeping and wake up in Marjorie house and your wife home reading she Bible. You understand? And you there leg and leg with Marjorie in she place.
So who you fooling? Who are you fooling?
What you really want and what you really like.
Yourself.
So but the thing is, a lot of the times it's just for the face, because people more concerned about what society says and what people say than what makes them happy. So you're going to go down the road of getting married to somebody that society or probably your relatives approve of, but you're not happy with that person. You're happy with Marjorie in she place, maybe sleeping on a piece of sponge, and you have a king size bed in your place with your wife on it, and you're jamming with Marjorie on a piece of sponge on the floor, and that makes you happy. Make it make sense.
That was telling you. That was I said to you. A lot of them are married to the person that mommy like, or the person that society wants to see them with, not the person that they want, and that's where the problem comes in. Because we go so accustomed to pleasing people that we hurt ourselves in order to please somebody else. I mean, make that make sense for me. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you're the one that's supposed to be happy.
That is the crux of the matter. You're not happy with your saintly wife.
If Janet had 99 people, but she makes you happy. That is who makes you happy.
You say Margie song like the wife, not the side chick. Okay, well, give me a side chick name.
Yeah, Margie song like
a nice proper and prim. Aye.
Yeah.
So what's a side chick name? Jacqueline, Rosemary, no. Deborah, Janice. Yeah. What is a side chick name?
Hello.
Valerie.
Leave Miss Curry alone, please. Miss Curry is a proper wife. No,
Lisa.
I ain't gonna have you.
What is a proper? Let me see, Annie.
Jennifer.
Hey, take your time with this Jennifer. That's my second name. Take your time. Mash your books. Brenda, Sonia. Let me see. What was a nice side chick name? So no, it happens. I've heard men say that. You shack up with. Let me see, Lisa in she place. On piece of sponge on the ground. And Lisa have 3 children. That when you come in, you're calling Lisa and ask her what to bring for them children. And your children home with your wife. You ain't even pick up the phone and ask them if they eat today.
And that is a reality. That's what I'm telling you. We are being so burdened by society. And it's time we let go the shackles. Free yourself.
Be with who makes you happy.
Listen me. And that is why people don't say out nothing about me and I don't care. Because me, I see a woman and I like a woman and I know what I want from a woman, I tell exactly what I want.
Yeah,
and
sure.
some men feel that when they do that, the woman, no. There's a lot of women out there who are interested in the truth. What is how you tell them the truth? Be straight up with them.
Yeah, we have to stop this thing. We have to stop this thing about living for society.
I like you.
What
I want to have
society
some fun
says.
with you.
We have
but
to.
instead of that, it's funny one, but it's telling about married and courting and what and what. That's not what you want.
I have a Marjorie in the chat.
Anyways,
yes, bro. Thanks so much. Alrighty. Yeah, no, it's something. I mean, it sounds like joke, but it's seriously something a lot of us do. We make choices based on what other people will think or how they will feel about the choices that affects us. So you'd rather be with somebody who fits society's mold of a good woman, a righteous woman, somebody to wife or to put a ring on. But you're not happy. You're bored to tears. You're unhappy. And that is why you go out and be with other people and be like, oh, me and the lady, we staying together, but nothing really going on. We just there because of the children. Or, we just there because we have property and we have, shared investments and yada, yada, yada. But you're not happy. So you're going to tell Deborah that as a means to get away from the monotony of your life, to make your life less bored, less unhappy. So you go to somebody else. I mean, sometimes they lie because they just want to get it. But a lot of the times, that is the reality of a lot of men. Because you listen to what society had to say, what the church had to say, what who had to say about how you should live and what you should accept. But that's not what you want, and that's not what makes you happy. Marjorie, who had how many relationships, is who makes you happy. But because that does not fit into the mold of what society says, well, you chose your battle, so you're going to have to live with it. Delroy, that is so true. And as much as people claim, I don't care what people say about me, they do care because they still subscribe to society's beliefs that you need to have a prim and proper wife, but you're not happy with the life you live. If you don't care what society thinks, why not run the streets freely? Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
So let's talk about this on the other end now. Let's think about the women. There's a lot of men, like Lady Shaw said, one of the song, Mr. Shortcoming.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you have a lot of men, they just like to talk and talk and talk. But when time comes to perform, they can't really make the grade.
Exactly.
So who is this to say that a woman don't have the right to decide as well?
Well, you're supposed to just lay and just accept whatever you get, whether you're happy
And
with
just
it or
accept
not.
whatever they get or not. And you're just supposed to just take it. But that doesn't mean as a woman, you're not taking care of yourself. You're not making sure these are the men that you're dealing with at the time, they're not clean. You're not saying, yo, let me go and get a test together. Let's see what's happening. Let's make sure that the both of us riding clean. You know, I'm taking care of myself, but if you're not handling me right, I'm not sticking around.
No, you're supposed to, society says you're supposed to accept whatever you get, whether you enjoy it
No,
or
it don't
not,
work that.
steady.
Nah, it don't work that way at all. It don't work that way. And I think we need, as women, we need to say, you know, this is my body, and I have this is my choice. I can do what I feel like. I could do what I feel like. If these men would come and they come properly and they come correct, like you've been saying, then we wouldn't have that issue where you have these, they say, okay, this woman taking. And at the same time, you have to also remember that there are some women they would take us, they would go until they find what they want.
It seems as though you're not supposed to do that as a woman. You're supposed to be accepting of whatever comes your way, and you're not supposed to want better. You're not supposed to have choices. No, that is not for you. Men are the only ones allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. Accept whatever you get. Be happy with your lot in life. That basically is what you get.
And be miserable for the rest of my life. That's not gonna work. We're all gonna be unhappy.
Mm-hmm. I don't see that way. Got you.
That's my 2 cents.
Alrighty, thanks so much. Mm-hmm. There's Steve as maybe ringing with the way Marjorie name coming. I little lie on Marjorie and say she cheated on Steve. I make them people that come out and say that it's not true. Let me not even start. What time is it? It's almost time for us to go. But yeah, as Deborah says, women, let us up our game. Let's say we don't want no run through man too. Let's question them first and find out how many sandwich they bite and then drop them. How about we start holding each other accountable and stop giving people a pass when you're not given a pass? Because that's what we do a lot of the time. They're given a pass. They're allowed to do it because you're a man. But no, you're a human being. We're all supposed to have some sort of standard and morals to guide us. It's not supposed to be a one-way street. So let's start holding each other accountable. I thought I'm talking about Guy Stobbart after she has all that man. How could the man be happy? So her having all that man makes the man unhappy? Is she having all that man while they're together or before? So the marriage will never last because that is such an immature way of thinking. I'm sorry. That is very immature and very, very childish. There's no level of maturity to that. It's just based on ego. There's no maturity, nothing. After she has all that men, how could the man be happy? So if you know she has all that men, why is he with her? Then go find somebody who does not have all that men or did not have all that men and be happy. Why would you go somewhere knowing what you know, feeling how you feel about it prior to getting into it, that you're not accepting of a woman who's had multiple partners? Why go there? So if you're unhappy, that sounds like a you problem to me, because you know that is something, and like I said, everybody has a right to choose what they want or what they like. So it's something that you are concerned about, a partner that has a multiple partners. Why you want to be with one and then want to be married and be happy? Didn't you know that beforehand? That even making no sense, Jared. That making no sense. After she has all that men, how could the man be happy when the thing is beat up? Marriage will never last. So Greensman, go find somebody who is untouched, who is pure, so you would not be unhappy. Simple. Do not put yourself in a situation or be with somebody who's been touched according to you, and that makes you unhappy. Simple math. And sadly, there's a lot of men who feel and think the same way Greensman does. Unfortunately. You might be losing out on your own happiness, because if you think that because somebody's pure and untouched and has little or no partners will make you happy, you have a problem. Yeah, we'll see you on Monday, God's will. We'll be back for another one. Thanks so much, Beacon Insurance and Western Union, for powering up our ladies' room. Have yourselves a great Thursday, and I'll see y'all next week. Make you unhappy.
Ladies' Room comes to you compliments of Renwick and Thompson Limited.